I hope you can't hear my wife's vacuum upstairs, but I can sure as hell
No,
hear it.
nope.
I promise you
Uh,
I don't hear it.
I don't hear that
all
at
right,
all.
maybe Crisp is cleaning it up like it's supposed to do.
Isn't that
I
amazing?
hope Chris cleans up the air conditioning or heating that turns on in my office every now and then.
I don't have Crisp set up to filter out anything from your end. It only from my end.
Ah, gotcha.
So if you want it cleaning out on your end, you're going to have to get your own license. But really, before I started using Crisp, part of my editing is to run through noise canceling to get rid of background hiss. I don't have to do that, and it's wonderful. It saves like 10 or 15 minutes every episode.
All
All right,
right.
looks like we're live talking about Crisp.
Crisp. All right.
Crisp.
Hashtag not spawn.
All right. I'm ready. You guys ready? 3, 2. Welcome to Nintendo Dads, episode 406, recorded on December 15th, 2022. On tonight's episode, we just hang out. A few guys hanging out, talking about stuff because there's nothing else going on around here. So let's just get to it. Jesse, you know what to do.
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to Nintendo Dads, a weekly Nintendo focused podcast by dads for dads and other people that aren't dads, like moms or grandpas or your little brother, sometimes kids, or whoever
People
wants
that
to
have
listen.
no offspring at all.
That's right. You don't have to be a dad to listen to Nintendo Dads. You just have to be a dad to be on it. I don't know. No, we've let other non-dads be on that. Okay, I'm digging myself a hole here.
Yeah,
It's
you better
December.
stop while you're ahead.
That's right. It's December 15th, 2022. On tonight's episode, I'm joined by Tim and Jesse. Tim, how you doing?
Really good actually. Just got back from doing the Beaumont Children's Hospital that I raised money for Extra Life. Actually, my daughter and I did a volunteering thing today, and it was a lot of fun.
Really cool.
Although I made the mistake of thinking that we were going to be inside when I know the event is outside, but we didn't wear additional jackets or anything. I just wore this hoodie and I wore my Crocs, and we're outside.
Oh.
And it's 40 degrees outside, and we're supposed to be, doing this volunteer work outside. And so yeah, that was my bad, but
So
we survived.
was it a Christmas event?
It was they do like a 2-week event where they all these people come and shine the lights onto the side of the building where the children's hospital, where they're letting the kids know, hey, we support you, hang in there, so all of us are all these people are shining lights. It was fantastic.
That's awesome.
And it was fun. And my daughter and I, we were volunteering to help manage a mosaic piece that they were building, that they were allowing the people who came to put a piece on the mosaic. So we just had to help, people control where they were putting their parts in and put glue on it, so, but it was a lot of fun.
The reason I asked if it was a Christmas event, because if you wore your Crocs there, you'd be crocking around the Christmas tree.
Yes.
I've been waiting for that for a while.
There you go. That was perfect.
Well,
that was perfect.
Speaking of perfect, Jesse Waldack, how you doing, man?
Pretty good. I am good. It's going to be a sad day when I start have to work on Fridays again in a few weeks, because I got so used to not working on Fridays anymore. My wife said you could just work 4x10 like I do, and I'm like, no, I don't want to work 10-hour days either.
Right. Who wants to do that? I am coming off a stint of like an event every day for for like a week and a half, when my daughter was in a ballet company production of the Nutcracker last weekend, and it was a lot. And then We had a banquet the night before that all started last Thursday. That's why I wasn't on. And so just lots of stuff going on. Christmas is busy. It's there's a lot. But I'm glad to be back. Glad to be hanging out with you guys tonight, sit around and chat. And as Tim said, there's not like a huge amount of news really this week. There are some things, but they mostly kind of innocuous, right? Release dates and things like that. So we're going to get into that, but we're also going to talk about upcoming events and things from our community. So with that being said, how about we just dive on in, shall we? And of course, our news segment is brought to us each and every week by you guys over at patreon.com/Nintendo Dads, where for as little as $1 a month, you get to be a part of a fantastic community. It's one of the very best. It's just a fantastic community. I've heard lots of different communities, but very bigly, it's very good over there. And we don't charge you $99 for art cards. So over at our community, we just charge you $1 to get in the door.
We are We're working on it right now. We're working on NFTs to sell for $99.
NFTs, working on it. Non-friendly transactions.
I was just talking to my daughter about this earlier. We were joking about that.
Yeah. Anyway, there's no NFTs over at patreon.com/Nintendo Dads, but there is 4 separate tiers that you can sign up for. You can.
I don't know how to spell NFT.
It's CRAP. That's how you spell it. Anyway, $1 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month, or $30 a month. $30 a month gets you in at the Patreon producer level. And guys, I don't know if you noticed this, but we have a new Patreon producer that has signed up within the last week or so, and she is our first female Patreon producer of the show. Really cool. And yeah, and for awesome. Everybody who has signed up or come back to the server or to Patreon in the last little bit, we want to say a huge thank you. And I'm pulling up our Patreon right now. We want to thank Deshaun. We want to thank Jacqueline Amira. And we also want to thank Brian Reese for upping his pledge. We want to thank Sean Aston. We want to thank others, Greg Gorzowski. These are all from November. Solo something, have some people sometimes listen. I want to say this, no judgment. Sometimes people have to stop their Patreon commitments, right? Because something changes or they like have an expense or something like that.
Let me just chime in too. Also, what people don't realize is that for whatever reason, something happens where Patreon doesn't get your card right or something, and you don't know it. Like there's no messages that go to people and all of a sudden they realize, oh, I didn't resubscribe for this month. So it's an easy way to get out of it if you wanted to, I guess. But it's also true. Just keep an eye on it, to keep an eye on knowing that. Yeah.
I guess what I was going to say was this, is that there's like, if you have to stop sponsoring us on Patreon, that does not mean that we're not friends anymore.
Correct.
Right? It just means you can't get in the Discord anymore. And that doesn't mean that you're not a special person.
No, they'll still be in Discord. Yeah. They'll just lose the role and lose access to some channels, but there's a few channels that anyone who's in can access.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yep. But anyway,
it doesn't kick you out.
I guess what I'm trying to say, it doesn't mean we don't like you. It doesn't mean that we're mad at you. We understand. All right. So like good
I've had
dads,
to do that a few times too, where I had to leave.
We'll just pat you on the head and say, good boy, good girl, whatever, and say, we'll get them next time.
Yeah.
All right. I still think it's absolutely crazy that people go over and sponsor us, but we're thankful for it. And we want you to know that we're thankful for it. Whatever level that you sponsor us at, we are thankful for the support and we love you guys.
If we could afford it, I would fly to each one of the Patreon's houses and give them a hug if they allowed me to hug them.
Can you just hug them right now?
Yes, I'd give them a hug. Thank you.
Just a little hug.
And our Twitch subscribers too, because
that's right. Yeah, Twitch subscribers get in. We've got several of those, over a dozen. People
Yes.
now throw their Twitch Prime subscription to us, and there you go.
Give them hugs too.
So anyway, if you want to sponsor us and you're out there, maybe you're on the fence or whatever, you're like, hey, let me tell you a couple things you can do. You can either go in for the monthly, or you can pay by the year, and it will allow you to save a month.
Yep.
So whatever your level you're sponsoring at, if you pay the yearly fee, it will save you a month's payment there.
The biggest deal out of that I've heard has been the new ad-free thing that we've been doing with our podcast.
That's right. I meant to mention that. If you don't like ads, which who does, right? If you don't like ads and you're a Patreon, if you're a patron of the show, a friend of the show, then you get an ad-free version. You don't have to listen to Justin talk about all the things he talks about in the Manscaped ads. You don't have to hear our gooder stuff. You do have to hear this part. But anyway.
Because that's because Patreons are the,
Yeah.
They're
So
the
anyway,
And Friendo asks if he can pay in beaver nuggets.
Oh, yes. Yes. You have to send it to each of us, though. Because you can't just send it to Marty.
It sounded to me like Tim is saying, yes, you can. And he'll pay your way into the Patreon.
Yes.
Into Discord. If you
You've
send
bribed me already. I'm sold. I'm sold.
The closer Buc-ee's gets to my house, the less appeal beaver nuggets have. I'm sorry.
They are appealing when you have to put forth an effort to get there.
Yeah, right. Like there's this place in Texas that we go to when we drive through, where we're on the way to my sister-in-law's house. And it's in a town called West Texas, not West Texas, but West Texas, the town,
right?
Not the location.
Yep.
And it's called the Check Stop. So what has happened is in this town, apparently it was settled by a large number of Czechoslovakian families back in the day, and now they own gas stations and they make kolaches and bread and all kinds of other stuff. So whenever we go through, we have to stop in West Texas at the Check Stop and get the kolaches and get some other fun items there. And man, let me tell you what. Sometimes when my in-laws are coming back this way from having visited there, I'm like, can you stop at the Check Stop, by the way? I need a couple things. And they're there the next day and they're for breakfast and they're wonderful. But anyway, nice. Long story short, head over to patreon.com/Nintendo Dads, become a patron. We would love you forever if you did that. We love you forever, even if you didn't. Guys, who's ready to go to Hollywood?
Me.
That would require me to travel.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still recovering from New York.
But would you travel to Hollywood? Would you travel to Hollywood, Jesse, if I promised that you could ride your very own Mario Kart while you were there?
Not opening week.
Well, here's the scoop. Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Hollywood is opening February 17th, 2023. The very first day, grand opening week, whatever you want to call it, September 17th, which is a Friday. And you're going to get to go out there and have all kinds of fun.
So you know who I think will be there because it's pretty much local to him.
It's Chris Pratt.
Roger.
Oh, well, Roger too. But I was thinking that, Mario himself, it's me, Chris Pratt, he'll be there. And I guarantee you there's going to be some kind of tie-in with the movie with it just, 2 months away. Right. To get that out to everybody. But anyway, this was announced this week. Nintendo's got a video up on their YouTube channel and all their socials, so you can go and check that out. But we wanted you to know that was coming up, and maybe that needs to be where we do Extra Life in 2023.
And Friendo says, why didn't they aim for March 10th?
Well, because between February 17th and March 10th, there's a lot of money to be made. So they're going to make as much money as possible, I think. So
true.
There you go.
But yeah, that is a place I would want to go someday. I just don't know when.
Right. You don't want to go now.
Or do you want to go when they open it up with the Epic Universal
Well,
in
you know what?
Florida?
I'm thinking.
I'd rather
about
go to the Florida one.
I'm thinking about E3 this year. If I
But
go a few
here's the
days
deal.
earlier, I can probably hit this.
We've promised.
yeah, that's true.
We have decided, or we talked about this when we were at Disney last November, that our kids' senior trip, we're going to go to Disneyland, and we're going to get we're going to get their senior pictures done in the park, like
Wow.
with the photo hopper, with the photo
Disneyland
pass
in
thing.
California or
Yes.
Disney World in Florida?
Disneyland, because we've
Okay.
not been to World, or we've been to
okay.
World, we've not been to Land. So if we go in 3 years when they graduate, then I'm going to get to go to Nintendo World,
There you go.
because we already planned on going to Universal Studios too. So
There you go.
well, yeah, by that time, maybe the new will have worn off. Maybe there'll be a new ride or something, but 3 years, surely.
Right,
I'm looking
yeah.
forward to that. They can go to Harry Potter. That's what they'll be excited about. But
Nice.
my wife will be like, I want to go to the Harry Potter world. And I'm like, well, bye. see you when you're done. I'm going to be over here in Nintendo Land hanging out with Chris Pratt.
There you go.
Yeah. So anyway, that's opening up next year, February 17th. You can go ahead. I think you can book tickets now. I mean, it seems it's pretty close. So you can go check that out. Check out Nintendo's socials for more information on that. Also this week, probably coming to the Nintendo Switch now, finally, after all this time, the ESRB has rated Final Fantasy 1 through 6 pixel remasters for the Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4.
Yes.
Yeah, right. I'm super excited about this, but it's like, oh my gosh.
And then did you read the next bullet?
Yeah, they removed the listings a day later. So in other words, it's they spilled the beans probably too early. So who knows when these are coming, but now it looks more likely that we'll finally be able to get them on, actual consoles. Come on,
I
guys.
still haven't replayed 4 through 6 yet. So,
well, I bought one on the phone thinking, oh, surely there'll be backbone support. No.
Yeah. Well,
it's 2 years later, and we're waiting on. I'm still waiting on.
I did buy all 6 on Steam, and then I've played the first 2 to finish. I started the third, got late, didn't finish it. Probably won't ever get back to it. But it's the furthest I've ever gotten in 3.
I'm going to wait until these are on Switch or on PlayStation 4, and I can play them on PlayStation 5. Probably will play them on Switch. The reason is because I want to play them. I want to play them in this form, but I want to be able to control them, right? Like I want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to drag my finger around the screen.
Yeah. I had a controller. I thought I was using Stadia, but then y'all reminded me that Stadia cannot be used as a normal Bluetooth controller. But so I used the Luna controller paired to my laptop to play the games. That's how I was playing them before.
Gotcha. I was just going to go check just for giggles to see while we were sitting here talking if they had actually updated them with controller support, on the mobile. But I highly, highly doubt it.
Oh, speaking of Stadia, I did get my $23 back.
Oh, really? They've initiated refunds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, good for them and good for you. Right? So Stadia. Refund. Well, hopefully maybe these will come out, first part of next year and fill the gap that Advance Wars 1 and 2 will never fill, because I don't think that game's ever coming out at this point. They've sat on it too long.
Yeah.
Speaking of game releases, let's talk about a schwackload of game release news and updates, as well as accessories, including Amiibo that have come out over the last few days. Right now, right before the show, I checked. I was like, you know what? I had a premonition. I was like, I'm going to go check Nintendo's socials, because I bet they're going to make an 8:00 tweet tonight. And lo and behold, they came through because
There you go.
4 new Sega Genesis games have been released to the
Ooh.
updated Sega Genesis app as of a few hours ago. These include Alien Storm, Columns, Golden Axe 2, and Virtua Fighter 2. Yet you still can't play the very first Sonic the Hedgehog game on the Sega Genesis app.
Because you have to go buy that. You have to go buy that.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to play
Really?
Columns. I'm going to go play that.
I did play Columns earlier, and it's still a dumpster fire. So
Sweet. Just what I was looking for.
I did beat Golden Axe too, waiting for you to get here on the easiest difficulty. And they were like, congratulations. But real peace is achieved by playing on harder difficulty modes. Whatever. I beat the game. So those are out right now for Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack subscribers. Super Smash Ultimate DLC Fighter Amiibo have all. I'm
Bless
so
you.
sorry. Yeah, that's gonna. Can you clip that out or something? I don't know.
If I can.
No, don't
If I
clip it
remember.
out. Everybody
No,
can
because
hear that.
it's be a terrible thing to hear on a podcast. Somebody
Too
sneezing.
late. Too late.
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate DLC Fighter Amiibo release dates have also been announced this week. Kazuya and Sephiroth are coming January 13th, which is super soon in 2023. And Pyra and Mithra are coming later in 2023. We're winding down to the end of the Smash Amiibo line. Can you believe that? Like, we never thought it would happen. But here we are.
I think so.
Look at us. Look at us. We're living the dream.
I want them all, and I think these are going to probably be the most popular ones they've had.
You want all Amiibo, or you just want all of these?
I want all of these.
Okay.
I have almost all of them, with the exception of those, rare ones.
Gotcha.
But I definitely want all of these, and I think,
Gotcha.
but these are ones I'm going to have to pre-order because I don't.
The last Amiibo
get
that
these
I
at the
bought,
store.
the last Amiibo I bought weren't even for me. They were the Steve and Alex 2-pack.
Yep.
And the last Amiibo I bought for me was the Loftwing and Zelda Amiibo, which ironically turned up on Best Buy last week for $5.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. I paid 20. That was
That
yeah.
happens.
yeah. Absolutely.
Especially Sephiroth, I think, is going to be the hardest one to get because I remember how hard it was to get Cloud.
Are there going to be 2 versions of Sephiroth, or are there going to just be one? 'Cause
I haven't
remember there was
seen-
a player 1 and player 2 version of
Right.
Cloud.
I have not seen or heard anything
No,
about
I
2-player.
I think Amiibo aren't as popular as they
Yeah.
were back when Cloud came out. I think you're
Yeah.
just going to get
Pretty much they're only popular by collectors.
But I think, Sephiroth is going to be a collector's item
yeah.
because of not only being a Smash amiibo, but with the Final Fantasy fans, and Sephiroth is a big, huge
huge draw.
character. Yeah. So
I was just checking as you were talking to see if these were possibly up for pre-order right now. They are not.
yeah, I'm watching our channels like a
Best-
lot because
best-
I know who's gonna find out that they're up for pre-order is gonna be
Solo.
one of 2 people, Solo or Zablanc.
Yep.
Those 2 are the ones that usually come in and
If
say,
you're
"Here it
listening
is,
to
get it."
this, you've heard that Tim wants this. You need to message him first, and me second, because Isaac wants one of these.
Yep.
He mains Sephiroth. So, also Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden will launch in a bundle that can be bought on Nintendo Switch. It's actually available right now. You can buy that bundle pre-order.
I don't think it.
Sorry.
I don't think it's up for pre-order, but the
Not
eShop
up for pre-order.
page is there. But I don't think it's pre-orderable yet.
Yes.
You can save 50 cents
Yep.
in the USC shop.
So you can get them in a bundle for $39.49, which is such a weird price. Or you can buy them separately for $20 each. There is no release date for this. It just says, it says
February
releasing in
19th.
20. I scroll down to the bottom of the page and there it is. January 19th is when
Oh.
both of these games will release. And so you can buy them together and save 50 cents, as Tim said, if you're frugal, or if you're a big spender and you don't care about, wasting the dollars. You can buy them separately. Like,
Wasting your 50 cent.
I guess the only reason you would do that is if you wanted one and not the other,
Right.
right?
Or changed your
So-
mind. It's like I'm just gonna get Persona 3 first, and then you decide, or you Persona 4 first, and then you decide, you know what, I'm gonna go play
Yep.
that other one.
True.
And then you end up paying, the extra 50 cents.
I will probably pay the extra 50 cents because Persona 5 is on my Switch and it's never been launched.
Yeah, I haven't played
Not
mine
once.
either, but
So-
I'll probably end up playing 3 and 4 first before I get to 5.
Yeah.
But have you all played 3 or 4?
I
at
played
all?
4 on my Vita,
Vita
Yeah.
Island.
but I never completed it.
Yeah,
Surprise.
I remember I made a video of me doing the kill shot on the Persona 3 boss when I played that, and I put it on my YouTube channel. So I looked to see how long ago it was, and almost 9 years was since I last played Persona 3.
Wow.
Tim, honestly, we are just happy that you finished Breath of the Wild.
Yes, I know. I'm
Because
very happy too.
because when you did that, Nintendo was like, "Oh, Tim-san has finished. We can announce a release date now."
That's correct.
Anyway,
That's correct.
Yeah.
Speaking
Episode
of-
asks physical. No, it'll just. I think it's digital only.
yeah.
Yes. So,
Speaking-
but let me ask before you move on to the next thing.
Okay.
Let me ask, do you guys think there will be somebody releasing a physical, like a limited run of Persona 3 and Persona 4?
I bet they will.
I don't know if they'll do it right away. We would have heard about it by now if they were. But doesn't mean they won't do it in a year. We've
Right.
seen Stranger Things.
I haven't yet. I'm still waiting to watch the new season of that.
That's not what I meant.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Tim, you got to catch up to life, buddy. Anyway, I
Insert persona character weeping. I recommend what's his name? Goromaru? I don't know. I don't think that's right. Basically the
Oh,
dog from 3.
No. They can't use another character weeping because I haven't even started any of those games. So if I had started it and it taken so long to play it, then yes, you have a weeping character. But you can't use a weeping character if I haven't touched the game.
Goromaru is the name of the dog.
And
I don't know
Brendo
what
says,
you're talking
Tim,
about.
they're with you.
yeah.
Yes.
I don't know what
Play
you're talking about.
Persona 3 when it comes out, then you'll know what I'm talking about.
Can you pet the dog?
I don't know, but the dog is a party member and you fight with him.
Oh, okay. Well, then obviously no, you can't.
The dog has his own persona.
Sweet.
Okay. Great.
That's
In fact,
awesome.
I think it's Cerberus. So have fun trying to pet that dog.
No, why not pet the dog? Let me say this though, and this may be something that people that listen to the show did not expect me to say. In other weird pricing news, Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection was announced to be available on April 14th, which is a ridiculously far away date. Why? Like we've known about this game for months now. But guys, when this comes out, it's going to be $60 for some Game Boy Advance games.
How many?
I think like maybe 5 or 4. I just
$60 for
kinda-
4?
Well, I just kind of looked at the price and was like, yeah.
I never played them, so I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
And I know Third Strongest Mole, I think he's been playing these games, the actual Game Boy games on Twitch. So it seems, I mean, I watched him playing one of them. I forget which one it was, but it looked interesting. And I wonder how these are going to translate to being on
I
the
like
Switch.
Mega Man games. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you know that. But the Mega Man Legacy Collection for Switch is Mega Man regular Legacy Collection for Switch. I think when it came out was either $29.99 or $39.99 for 10 games. Right? And we may be getting that with Battle Network, but I don't like I'm not as familiar with the Mega Man Battle Network whole
Yeah.
series. Like I played a few of them, but not that many. I mean,
I
it just
remember
didn't
I liked the
really.
anime until the ending got weird.
Yeah. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It does have 10 games, but I will say this. Starting with Mega Man Battle Network 3, it's like Pokemon, and there's 2 versions.
Yeah. Third Strongest Mole was saying there's 6, but they like to claim it's 10.
Well, it's $10 a game, and
And digitally it's split up into 2 volumes, so the cart's likely going to have volume 1 only and volume 2 is
yeah,
download only.
And he's saying they put some effort in the online features,
okay. So that's why it's so expensive, is it's online.
probably to pay for those servers.
Probably. So that's out April 14th. I'll probably wait for a price drop on that one to pick it up, actually. I
Going
like
back to-
Mega Man, but
Going back
Mecha
to
Dragon says
Persona,
you need to buy these.
going back to Persona a minute. Emerson asked, oh, where'd it go? He just scrolled off. Which game is the NSFW Chariot in? Which Persona? And I said, Mara is in all 3 of them.
Not safe for work chariot. I love it.
And yes, I knew exactly what he's talking about.
Me too. And I didn't even play them. And I know what he's talking about.
Hmm.
Because of watching Wondrous Will playing Persona 5 and then encountering that
Yep.
not safe for work chariot.
maybe this is why my teenage son likes playing this game.
It's got some ridiculous things in it.
Oh. Except for, well, I don't know, because what makes Mara not safe for work is not female related. So
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well,
we could talk
Yeah,
more
but
about a
it's
post show
funny,
if
though.
you want.
It's funny though.
I can show you a
Really
picture. I'll show you a picture post show.
You don't have to show me a picture. I Googled it. I'm sorry I did.
There you go. No, I'm proud of you, man.
Mm.
There goes your Google history. Hopefully you did the incognito mode on that.
Mm. That's an image that'll haunt my dreams. Speaking of haunting dreams, Hogwarts Legacy is coming out July 25th for Nintendo Switch. Delayed past the February 10th date for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC, and the release date on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One of April 4th. The team behind the game claims that they are working to get the best port possible out of this, when all of us know there is no best port possible for a game like this. It's yeah. Remember that old song from, I think it was either the 60s or the 70s? So, you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit into the wind.
Yep.
You don't pull the mask off the Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim. That's this game. You don't I mean, it's impossible. You can't do it. Also announced this week, I did notice this, that they said that you're going to be able to use the killing curse and the torture curse anytime you want to. So
That's got to affect your character, though. I think
it is. It
yeah.
is. It's this is gonna kind of be like a Fable-esque.
In other words, everyone will be Slytherin at the end of the game.
Well, unless you like, I think I saw John Blanco say something about this earlier this week. Like he said something like, every game like this has 3 playthroughs. The first one is as good as I can be. The second one is as bad as I can be. And the third one is everyone who lived in the first one dies, and everybody who dies in the first 2 lives.
That is a good point.
It was like, point. I guess that's how you see it all. 2 Ease games.
Kind of reminds me of Catherine. There was like 7 different endings depending on how you placed. But apparently, like the real ending is if you were like dead middle.
Just mediocre, just morally ambiguous.
When
Uh,
I beat the game, I forget which ending I got because I actually went and watched the others on YouTube because I was like, I'm not replaying this a bunch of times.
Oh, I liked the story. I hated the puzzles.
I was going to say it wasn't that good a game. I tried the demo. I was like, this is dumb. Uh, also, in rounding out our release date news, 2 Ease games are coming to Switch in 2023. The first one is Ease 10 or Ease X Nordica and Ease Memoir, The Oath in Felghana. The original Oath in Felghana was a remake of Ease 3, originally in Japan in 2005, and was released on PSP in 2010. This is a remaster of the original 2005 game and will include the original game as well. So that's our release news, and that's all of our news for this week. With that being talked about, let's take a little break for some ads for Manscaped and Gooder.
Well, as we know, it's never too early to play holiday music, and it's never too early to start thinking about gifts. Whether it's for a friend or friends in your pants, you can make this a season to be jolly with Manscaped. Do your little drummer boy a favor and use the Lawnmower 4.0 to avoid another silent night in the bedroom. Then add in Manscaped's top-of-the-line shower products to have the people thinking, all I want for Christmas is you. Santa cares about his sack, and so should you. Look nice when you get naughty by going to manscaped.com and use code NINDADS, NINDADS, for free shipping and 20% off. Guys, what products do you use that you enjoy the most, or that somebody, or maybe even recommend that somebody should get for somebody they care for?
So the new, well, I've been a big advocate for a long time for the shampoo and conditioner 2-in-1. It's the only thing I use, but I also use the body wash as well, and the new scrubber, that the silicone scrubber that
Yes.
you
Body
get
buffer.
there. The body buffer. That's it. I love
those
that
things.
thing. It's so good. But I would also recommend, if you are an outdoor person, you like to be outdoors a lot, but you're also like me and you're a little on the, well cared for side, well fed side. Chances are you have experienced something in your lifetime that we like to call chub rub, right? And
Yes.
that is a horrible, terrible feeling. And the crop preserver absolutely 110% fixes that every time.
Yes.
It has been a lifesaver for me every summer since I have discovered it. So,
yep. And
there
I
you
like
go.
the ability to be able to get the crop preserver in those white things. They travel well.
Yes.
So very cool. Jesse, how about you?
Yeah, I agree with Marty about the shampoo, conditioner, body wash, the body buffer, and the deodorant and lip balm are also products I like and use.
Nice. Yes, I love the lip balms. I have those. I get those regularly, and I'm with you guys on the shampoos and the body washes and the body buffer. So, and by the way, that body buffer makes a perfect stocking stuffer. So if you need any of those for people in your family, again, use the code NINDADS at manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping with that code. So Manscaped, get your jingle balls ready for the holidays. And with that, we also have Gooder providing us their glasses that unfortunately I don't have mine around right now because I have them in a box still since New York.
Yeah, mine too. Mine's packaged.
Broken them out since then. But I do have to say that I wanted to say this, that Gooder has these gaming glasses that I don't know how much longer they're going to be around, but we have a few that we're giving away in our from our Extra Life prizes that we'll be bundling and be sending out shortly. But one that we have here is actually the ones that Justin has. It's not just a game. It's those blue blockers. Plus we have, and I love this name because I said it and I couldn't stop laughing when I looked at it and said it. These are sunglasses. They're all blacked out. And the name of them are called a Ginger Soul. Right.
Wow.
Gooder thinks gaming is fun, and your gear should be too. Gooder makes fun, fashionable, and functional sunglasses that everyone can afford. Sunglasses for gamers. Why? Because gamers go outside too. They also have their blue mirage glasses because apparently blue light is bad for your eyes. Some scientists say it causes eye strain, fatigue, headaches, and tail growth. So just to be safe, Gooder made these glasses with the ability to block blue light. Perfect for any screen, any face, any light, especially blue light. Blah. Designed to look good and fit comfortably on your face and under your headset, whether you're working from home, in front of a computer all day, or perfecting your avatar. Some may say Gooder makes the best gaming glasses ever invented. Guys, what are your favorite pairs to wear, or what do you like?
Okay, so I knew you were going to ask me this, so I was heading over there, and I wear my Gooder sunglasses every day. Okay, like when I say every day, I mean every day, right?
Yes.
So I love the way that the OGs look. And I have a pair called Electric Dinotopia Carnival that are
That is awesome
like
name.
teal with
Spectacular.
like purple reflective lenses that I love. Also, I'm looking for the other ones that I like. There's a pair that I constantly wear. And
They need to make
like I've got a lot of, they're the Mach G's. They're called Kitty Hawker's Ray Blockers, and they are
That's
teal,
fun.
like clear teal with pink, hot pink accents, and like orangish yellow, pinkish, huge polarized lenses. They're
That's
my favorite, and
fantastic.
there's so many people that have stopped me and like as they see them, and they're like, "Where did you get those sunglasses? Those are awesome." And so I give them our code, NINDADS.
Nice.
Send them over to gooder.com, and they save some money over there the first time they order. What
Yeah.
about you?
Well, speaking of the code, let me just run that off again. NINDADS. Again, we use that everywhere pretty much. You get 15% off at gooder.com. So remember that. But I have blue blockers as well that I actually, before we went to New York, I would wear those a lot when I was working. So not just for the show because I have glasses, but I wear them for I'm nearsighted. So I need them to be able to, when I'm driving or watching something on a TV or anything like that. When I'm here at the computer and stuff, I don't need them. So I prefer to wear the blue blocker ones because I'm looking at screens all day, and they actually, I feel much better wearing those than even my regular glasses. So, and then I also have the big almost ski-like glasses they have that almost make me look like Randy Macho Man, Savage. I love them things, but they also have new ski glasses too that I think a lot of people would be interested in as well. Jesse, do you have a pair that you like?
I
I know
don't really
kind of
know
limited.
them much. Yeah, because I have prescriptions, and these are blue blocking already. But unlike you, where you don't use your prescriptions when you're at a computer, I have my monitors far apart where I need them
Okay.
on a computer, but
That's
I
fair.
don't need them when I'm on my Switch or on my phone. And I actually had to go with Progressive's, lineless bifocal with this new pair I got, so I don't have to take off my glasses anymore because I was getting old. So
Right.
I can't speak much about the Gooder glasses because I have these.
Fair enough. Maybe they need to look into that, getting prescription versions or something. So, but for the rest of everybody else who can wear them, they have sunglasses, they have blue blockers, and we just encourage you to go check them out. They got all kinds of different designs and sizes and colors that you can check out. And with names like Professional Respawner, Insert Coin to Continue, and Blue Shades of Death, we know you'll find a pair that speaks to you. And remember, you can use code NINDADS for 15% off at gooder.com.
That's right. It's time to talk about events. There's lots of stuff coming up we want to remind you guys about. The biggest one, or the one that's kind of most pressing, is there's a brand new Maximus Cup coming up. Yeah, if you're like me, you forgot Tetris 99 existed too. But hey, Nintendo didn't, because they're using it this weekend to promote Kirby's Dream Buffet. You can get a brand new theme for 100 points beginning December 16th at 2 a.m. Eastern through December the 20th at 1:59 a.m. Eastern. That's kind of feels like an extended time for the Tetris Maximus Cup. So you're going to have a few days to get it. If you're like me and you don't like missing themes, be sure to log in, get your 100 points, and remember that Tetris 99 exists. Hey, guys, it's still fun. I still like Tetris 99. It's still a great concept. They just need, I think they need to do Dr. Mario 99.
I would probably like that more than Tetris.
I think it would be good. I think it would be good.
Yeah.
But that's coming up. If you're hearing the audio version of this podcast, it's already started. So there you go. Go get your theme. Don't be a loser. I'm reminding you, it's time to get your theme.
I guess I'm going to be a loser.
Tim, get your theme. Go get Kirby. Kirby will be sad if you don't go get your theme.
I have my theme, and that's the Metroid one. I am perfectly happy with that.
For me, it's the original Game Boy Tetris, and I can't understand why they've not done like the NES version and the Super NES version that was included with Tetris and Dr. Mario. I can't understand.
Can we understand anything Nintendo does? No, we can't. So,
but I'm just glad we got the Game Boy one because the music's perfect, the sound effects are perfect. It's great. I love it.
I think the theme I liked the best was like the OG Donkey Kong theme.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh yeah, that is. I mean, like the early NES, they're good. They're good ones. So anyway, go over there and do that. Also, want to remind you guys that the breakfast table, our morning version of the dinner table show, is coming up again January 11th at 9 a.m. Eastern. It's the second Wednesday of every month. Don't be like me. Don't be a loser like me who forgets that the breakfast table is on and just skips it. And like I did this month, I totally missed it. But if you can't wake up that early or you have a job or something, you can also come to the dinner table, which is the third Friday of every month. And it's actually going to be, if you're listening to this on Friday when it drops, it's tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be starting a little bit early and sharing the secret Santa gifts that we got during the gift exchange event in Discord and all kinds of other things. If you want to join the table, you have to be a Patreon or a Twitch subscriber and join the Discord call on either of those days and let the good times roll. Les dans bon temps brûlé, as they say in French. That was terrible French, but anyway.
Solo will be the judge of that. He'll let you know.
It's terrible French. My kids are learning French in school. They probably speak it better than I do. Also, we want to encourage, I don't understand what that meant. We also want to let you.
I tried to say I don't speak French in French.
I don't understand. Listen, and this is not like I'm not trying to be. This is just me. It's on me. I tried to take Spanish. I couldn't do it because Spanish is spoken so fast that I can't like interpret it. French just sounds like mumbling to me, and that's probably because I have a hearing problem anyway. So right. It just sounds like, and like Italian just sounds anxious, and that wasn't offered at my school, and neither was German.
It's Spanish, but anxious.
It's anxious Spanish. And then you have German, which is just angry. Like even if you say I love you to somebody in German, it just sounds like they hate you anyway. I mean, I don't know.
It definitely doesn't sound like French.
It's a very harsh language, but I love German people. I love German food.
Kind of like Klingon.
Oh yeah.
I don't speak Klingon either.
Kapla?
I don't. Anyway.
Bless you.
Well, last event that we want to let you know about is we want you to let us know your top 10 Nintendo games of 2022. You can drop them in our channel on Discord, which is top 10 games 2022, or send us a post on social media, or send them in via email to nintendodads@gmail.com. And we do want to let you know on the front end, DLC counts for this. So if it's an addition to a game, that could be part of your top 10 for the year this year. But I love doing this, but it's always hard for me to go back and think, okay, what really released this year, right? So if you don't even have to put them in order, like whichever one's your favorite or whatever, you could just say, here's 10 games that I loved in 2022, or you can do top to.
Oh yeah, we need order. We need order.
Oh, we need order.
We don't need chaos. We need order.
Okay, well, Tim says we need order. Be sure
we need the order. No, because
also
it
be
helps
sure
rank them in our overall chart.
Right. So if you put it at 10, it's going to be listed at 10 rank for you.
Yes.
Right. Also, be sure you post it in the right channel in the Discord, or you will get a visit from Tim as well. He will tell you where.
Yeah, I won't fly and give you a hug. I will fly over. And if you've ever seen Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back at the end of the movie, it'll be something like that. So,
okay.
No, kidding. I wish.
Just put it in. I told Tim that the gift I'm giving him for Christmas is always posting in the right channel in Discord the first time.
And I said I promise nothing.
Right? Jesse's like, I'm not promising anything.
Sometimes I just think it's junk. Okay. Like everything, the junk, everything goes in there. Everything.
Hey, Mecca does it too. You're not alone. Everything goes in the junk channel.
Yeah. So far, we have 14 people who submitted.
Yeah, I'm calling you out, Mecca.
With a total of 46 different games mentioned.
All right.
And I'm sure there's games on my list that haven't been mentioned yet. So that 46 number will still go up.
All right. Well, with all of that being said, Jesse has no PokéMinute this week. So we're going to skip straight to what we've been playing. And if you're wondering why Jesse does not have a PokéMinute this week, it's because they're all dead. All the Pokemon died.
What is going on in this world where there's no PokéMinutes? What the heck?
It's the end of the year. We got to give them a break.
There's actually events going on, but they've had like 4 events this month that required a paid ticket, and I'm kind of getting ticketed out.
Okay.
So I'm still buying them and doing them, but I'm not happy about it.
Justin is going to hate that he missed this episode. So I'm going to say. Let's talk about what we've been playing. Jesse, you're up first.
All right. I'll start with Dragon Quest Treasures. That came out on Friday, pretty much as soon as we were done recording last week. It was available. I'm liking it. It's not drawing my hooks in like I would like normal, mainly because this isn't a normal RPG. This is more, I don't know, like an easy version of, say, Mass Effect, where you have like a list of things to do, and what order you do them in is up to you. Like you go to a destination and you're told, oh, while you're here, there's more things you can do, but you can't do them all. You can only do one. And that's what I don't like about that is I like to go to a place and just burn it down. That way I don't have to go back again and then before I move on. But this game kind of locks that. You can't do that. You have to jump around to the different islands. But that's not a game problem. That's a me problem. So, I don't fault the game for it. It's just I've seen this thing before in other games and I didn't like it there either. So, I am wanting to keep going. I think I'm 12, 15 hours in. So yeah, I've put time in it. My gang rank is like rank 4, and of all the treasures I've collected, it's total 12 million, whatever the currency is called. I don't know what it is, but yeah, like the treasures are kind of like gotcha, like they'll be randomized, and you can't have duplicates. And the way the game handles duplicates is if you have one that's a fair quality, it'll have a value amount, and then say you get the same thing that's an excellent quality, it'll have a better amount. It pretty much replaces the fair one, so only the difference in the value gets added to your score. If I find a third one that's a good quality, it's basically worth 0 because it's not more than the excellent. So not every every treasure you get won't increase your value. It does early on, but later in the game, it'll be harder and harder to get the ones you want. But there's like 700 or so different treasures in the game, so it'll take a while before I get that far.
700 treasures?
Yeah, the treasures each have a number on them, and
Okay.
I think I had something in the 700s. So
I guess that makes sense considering it is Dragon Quest treasures.
yeah, so like every you have a hub, like the mode of transportation is train across these floating islands, and your
So you're
first
saying
mission,
it's spirit tracks.
yeah, kind of.
More
Hey,
floating islands.
One of your first mission is to get the train up and running, and once you do get it running, then you have access to the other islands, and you go to an island, try to do some of the missions while you're collecting treasure while at the same time, and then you recruit monsters so you can have 3 monsters in your party in addition to you, so you can do attack, but you don't do as much damage as your monsters do, so you kind of want to let them do the dirty work. If they fall, you can go to them and revive them, as long as but then of course you're then vulnerable to attack if you're still in a battle. And as you collect the treasures before you go back to your base to get them appraised, your monsters carry them, and they can carry 1, 2, or 3 depending on their size and how much they can carry. So there's a finite number of treasures you can be hauling around at a time. You can't just say, I want to get 20 treasures before going home. Can't do that. And so, of course, if they fall in battle, your treasures get dropped on the ground. Sometimes they'll just drop if they're under attack anyway, even though they didn't fall. So you've got to pick them up again, pick up the treasures again if they fall. Otherwise, you lose them.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's a lot of little things going on at once with this.
Right.
And a lot to think about. But again, I am liking it, but it's just not the type of gameplay I like. So I'll probably be continuing to play this through the holiday break, but I think it's as soon as Persona lands, this game will probably fall on the side if I'm haven't finished it yet. It's because I kind of want to play Persona 3. And as I said, it's been 9 years.
Right.
But yeah, if you like Dragon Quest, give it a try. And I don't have anything negative to say about it in terms of stuttering, frame drops, anything like that. It's kind of what I would have expected. There is pop in as but it isn't.
Yeah.
It's not like popping in 10 feet in front of you. It's a good distance away. I don't fault the game for that. So, but the other game that I do have faults with,
Uh-oh.
this is actually a game I rented, so I didn't put money into this. Is
Okay.
Arkanoid Eternal Battle.
Arkanoid.
Arkanoid.
I'm already out because
this-
it's Arkanoid.
Is this one of those remasters or whatever they call them?
Yeah, so it has the original game in it.
Okay.
It's got a Neo Arkanoid, so a remastered graphics and more levels. And then its feature mode is, the Eternal Battle is kind of Tetris 99. It goes online to try to get up to 24 other players. Unfortunately, no one else is playing this game. In 3 attempts of playing this mode, the first 2 times I had 24 bots. The third time I had 23 bots and 1 other human.
Wow. I bet you they were just as shocked to see somebody as you were.
Probably.
It's kind of like when I turned on Run Box Run the other night for the first time, just to see if anybody was actually playing it.
That's
No
exactly what I
one
did.
is playing
Nobody is on
that
there.
game.
I did the same
Nobody's
thing.
out there.
I did the same thing.
Yeah. Reminds
If
me
you're,
of,
can I say this? If you hear this show and you're playing Run Box Run, would
Let
you
us know.
contact us? Let us know, because I would love to know if like I just deleted it.
Yeah, because there was
I'll
nobody. We couldn't
re-download
play
it.
it.
I really don't think anybody is playing it at all.
We just need to get a group of people to download it so we
That's
can
what
all
we'll
try
do.
it.
That's going to be our next like big game day. Is run.
Well, I don't know.
Run, Bugs, run.
So like my son used to play Call of Duty Black Ops 2 a lot on the Wii U, and when you log in, it actually tells you a number of people logged in. Like if you log in with Xbox One, it might be 800, 1,200 people. He logged in on the Wii U. It was like 12. So, but people are still logging in and playing. Anyway, so but the way this game works is, so you play a game of Arkanoid and you get points and you see your ranking, 1 of 25 or whatever, based on score. And what's really annoying is in the background, the other people are being shuffled around you. So like if you are 7 of 25, the one on your right is 6 of 25, and the one on your left is 8 of 25. If you do something and get a lot of bonus, you'll jump up to 4th place, which means everything shifts around you because you're shifting up, but in your perspective, everything's shifting down, and that is a little distracting when you're trying to focus on the game. There's essentially infinite lives. Every time you die, you lose 10% of your score, which then you go down in rank. Then I don't know what triggers it, but it's like occasionally, like your entire board will just vanish and you'll be given the next board. And for every brick that was on the board, you lose points based on its value. I thought it was originally, the first person that finishes it, everyone else gets wiped, loses points, and everyone's on the next stage. But I was on the next stage, but the person to my left was still in the previous one, so that's not necessarily true. So I don't know what triggers that. And then also random or every n minutes, the person in last place will just die. Okay, your game's done. And this goes until there's one person left. The best I've done was probably 8th place. So yeah, this might be more fun if it was actually humans playing.
Right.
But I don't know, if you like Arkanoid, give it a try. If you're like Marty and you say, I know I'm not gonna like this, yeah, don't. It doesn't have any online life.
All right. Well, Tim, what have you been playing?
I've had limited time, but I got to play some games, depending on where I was. Most of the time it's been my mobile phone's been on me. So I've been playing Marvel Snap. So I know there's a lot of people in our community who's been playing that. It's a great game. Just jump into and just mash out some of those missions, and stuff and get your points and stuff. So having a lot of fun with that. And in case nobody knows what Marvel Snap is, it's a card-based battle game where it's you against I believe an AI, because you can't play anybody else yet. But you're just basically trying to put your cards that you have to pay. I don't know what they call it. It's kind of like mana and magic, but it's called something else in Marvel. But you get like these sparks or something that you use to power up your card. So
it's just energy.
Okay, thanks. So you get energy, 1 energy in the first round, and if you got a 1 energy card you can play, then you play it on the 3 lands that you can play it on. The first land, you find out what in each of these lands, usually throughout the 6 rounds that you play, will unlock a certain ability for each land. So that's the other element of the kind of like strategy to this game, is figuring out where to place your cards on one of these 3 lands, and do these 3 lands add certain abilities to that or not, or take away abilities in some cases, or even you just got to pay attention to what the land is going to do, because it could add some different kinds of strategies throughout the game. So but basically by the end of the game, you want to win at least 2 out of the 3 lands to get the whatever that, Marty, do you know what it's called at the top?
Well,
points
it's like a cube,
Oh, the
like
snap.
a tesseract.
The snaps, that's right.
So if you feel like you're winning and you're gonna dominate, at least two of these, you can snap, which basically the cubes that you earn from each match are what level your account up.
Okay.
And get you more cards and things. So if you snap early in the match, it doubles the cubes that you're going to get every round. So I think you can get up to 8 or 10 per match.
You can snap, or your opponents can snap.
Yeah, and you can also retreat during this time. So if your opponent snaps or you snap, the opposite person can retreat if they feel like it's just hopeless, like they're not going to win.
Have you ever had to retreat?
When the game showed me the retreat mechanic, but I don't retreat. I just lose.
I don't either.
I refuse to retreat. I haven't even made it. Like,
do you know what other game has that? Do you know what other game has that type of gameplay?
What's that?
Backgammon.
Wow, you can retreat.
A person can declare that the game is double the value, and the other person either accepts it or just concedes the fight. So that's basically what this is.
All right.
Well, it's backgammon mixed with a board game, and I'm going to get to that here in just a minute. Like, I am apparently still in the tutorial phase. Like, until you reach level 20 with your act, like, not because I'm way past that on the actual character rank, like the ranking. I'm in the 40s. But then there's a level that's you have to get to level 20 to get out of your inaugural season or whatever. And I still can't get out of that. And I've played a lot. I don't play I know some people who just play and play. I can't do that, but I get bored. But
I just get through my missions and I'm
y'all,
pretty much done.
This is just a board game called Smash Up. And I may have mentioned this before.
Really?
On the show, but there is a board game called Smash Up where there are 3 bases in the middle, and you are putting cards of value on those to bust the base, to break the base, because the base has a certain number value, and whoever gets to that or over first wins the base and gets the points for it. So in this game, and all the bases have different traits and things, but in Smash Up, what you're doing is you're taking 2 factions or races and you're mixing them together to create one deck of cards. So in the base game, there's 8 factions. So you can have pirate ninjas or pirate skeletons or plant pirates or plants robots or whatever. One of the factions I had when I still played Smash Up, and I got rid of it because number one, we never really played it, and number 2, my wife hated it. So she was like, I just don't like, because you have to pay so much attention to the cards, right? It's different every time. It's hard to learn unless you play it a lot. It's the same thing here. All the cards have different abilities, except, and all the cards have a value that adds to the base. So this is really, they've just stolen the concept of Smash Up.
All right. And
made it. And there's a Smash Up app, which it's crazy. You can play online, but it's not Marvel. You know what? I want to go back and want to say, I think they even had Marvel Smash Up, an addition to the board game.
Okay.
So I don't know. Here's the thing though. I like Marvel Snap. It's a fantastic package. I love that they don't make you pay for anything. That's really cool. You can pay for stuff if you want to, but you can still put together a pretty competent deck without paying, having microtransactions.
Yes. And there is a Marvel Smash Up.
And when you pass level 20 on the season pass, that's when you begin playing real people. Up until that time, you're just playing bots.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just 17.
You're right 17. In front of me. Then I'm about halfway through 16. But
I'm at 0.
I'm 54. On my account level here, I'm 54.
Where are you seeing this?
The collection level at the top, the green number.
Oh, okay.
I'm at level 54 for collection.
Okay. I got 40.
Season pass, I'm at 16. So you must have won a few more. You must have snapped a few more times than I do. I always forget to snap.
Actually don't snap very often, but I've had lots of times where the AI put in like 3 or 4 snaps and then I still won. So
There you go.
I've been able to get it. But that's one of the games I've been playing a lot because it's really I just go lay down and play that game and when it's time for bed, and because I don't have my Switch with me or something, and I'm like, and I was saying this at the breakfast table. I was like, I should have known better one night because I was like, I'm not going to play on my Switch because I'll be up all night playing whatever game it is that I'm playing, like Wavetale, which is the next game I'm going to talk about. So I figured, I'm going to play Marvel Snap because I'll get through a couple matches and go to sleep, right? No. I was up, it was
Couple
like
matches
one of the nights,
means 3 hours.
yeah, it was like I was going to bed early. It was like 10 o'clock or something like that. I was like, I got to get up early. I'm going to go to bed early and I'll just play a couple matches. Next thing I know, it's like after midnight. And because I have done a few matches, but I was like, oh, I need to go do this and complete this mission. So I'll do that. And then the next mission opens. It's like, oh, I could do that real quick and then do a couple more battles and get that mission done. So it's just like next thing I know, it's like after midnight. And I'm like, crap, I wanted to go to bed early, before midnight, not after. So it's definitely an addicting game, but it is a lot of fun.
I think this will come to Nintendo Switch eventually.
That would be something else it does.
I really do. I think they'll port it over.
I would like to see that. That'd be cool.
But of course, we said we at one time said Hearthstone was coming to Switch too, and it never did.
True. Yeah.
So anyway,
but the other game I mentioned I am playing because I also did a first look video on our channel for it is Wavetale, and yes, that is the game that came out for Stadia, and originally, and but now is on the Nintendo Switch by Thunderful Games. And I've been playing that one. It is a lot of fun because of the mechanics. Basically, I'm having a lot of fun with playing this character, this girl who is stuck on an island with her grandma, and they are holding back what looks like this fog that could consume their community of islands and ships and stuff, if not held back by this lighthouse, I'm guessing. But all of a sudden, this fog comes in and just kind of takes over and everything, all the islands, all the ships, and all that kind of stuff. Because the world basically is covered in water. It's kind of a water world type environment. And then there's only these few islands and ships that people get around on, and nobody likes to go in the water because they think it's dangerous or whatever, or they don't understand what's in the water. And basically what happens is within a few minutes of this story, after getting consumed by this fog and then trying to fight it off, you find out that you can walk on water because with the help of these beings that live in the water, which was really cool to see in the artwork for the game, which is in the thumbnail of our video as well. You can actually see that character in the water that I never noticed before when looking at that artwork for the game. So it was really cool. It's like, oh, wait, there it is. So it's kind of cool to see both the character you play plus the underwater character on basically there helping you out. But the mechanics of it is basically you are using the water to go from island to island. You're gliding across the island, along the water to get to the next place. Since you can't necessarily, you were able to go across the water except for on boats, you now are gliding across it. And that mechanic plays out really smooth on the Switch. And like Jesse was saying in his game, there is some pop in with islands that are out further out, but it really didn't affect what I was getting into. Cause like he said too, it wasn't 10 feet in front of you, game wise, it was a lot farther out. So it didn't take away from the game for me. But some of the mechanics that I like is in the gliding in the water is there's these, you can you got like a grapple hook tool that you can go grapple onto something and be able to swing up to these leftover roads from previous world that you can go up to and collect some things on. And then there's like what seems like pipes that you can also grapple to and go through or slide on. and get some height. Like when you're sliding and you go up in the air, you can really get up high. So it's a lot of fun doing these acrobatic moves. And then you're fighting. So far, what I've got out of this is that you're fighting these beings that give you sparks that you use to help power up the other islands to help keep the fog away. You also can use smaller sparks as currency to be able to upgrade your look, as far as I could tell so far, and some other things, but I haven't gotten that far in the game to figure that out. Through a store that is on another boat, you can buy these things. So, but there's still so much I've been playing around with the mechanics that there's still a lot more to learn in the story, where you can basically go in, free the characters, learn about the characters, help the characters through the game, do other little side quests for them along with the main quests of the story, and it keeps moving along. It's a little open world-ish, if that makes sense, where kind of reminds me of a 3D Zelda, the older ones before Breath of the Wild, where it gives you kind of open world feel, but you still have a directive to go towards, I mean, you can go this way or that way, but you're still going to hit a wall.
Kind of guided.
Yeah, it's kind of guided open world. But I'm really enjoying this. I kind of hope they put a demo out there, because I think maybe a few people would enjoy getting a feel for it. I think you could. I was going to say maybe it's out on Steam, but I don't remember if it is or not. Like I said, it came out first in Stadia. It's out on Switch. And the story is something I'm still trying to figure out, but it's basically just freeing the people from this fog and these creatures that are taking over them, and helping them out. And there's a message there. I don't know what it is yet, though. I haven't played it enough, but those are the games I've been playing.
Yeah, Wavetale is on Steam, just launched on the 12th, so 3 days ago.
Does it have a demo? Does it have a demo there?
There is a demo.
Cool. So check it out there if you have that capability, and hopefully they bring the demo over to the Switch as well.
Awesome. So 3 games I've been playing. That's besides Fortnite. I'm always playing Fortnite. So 3 games I've been playing. I'll talk a little bit about each one. Number 1 is Inscryption. I don't think that I've talked about this here on the show, but I share Justin's sentiments of what the heck is going on. I can get past the first boss. I can't beat the second one. So I apparently don't have a good enough deck yet, although I've opened some cabinets and gotten some cards, and I know where to go pull a tooth out of a skull, and I've gotten some greater smoke. And
each playthrough, you'll pretty much building a different deck, because you'll have different options available to choose from, and there is a bit of randomness in there. And I think Tim ended up finishing it in like 5 or 6 runs, but it normally takes me closer to 8 to 12 runs. At least I think 10 runs is kind of like my average. So yeah, if you're still on your second or third run, you got a ways to go.
I'm like 5 or 6 in.
Okay.
So yeah. But anyway, it's
even with knowing what I'm doing, it still takes me 8 to 10 runs to finish that section of the game.
Yeah. Very interesting game. Don't really understand anything that's going on, but it's creepy that every time I talk about it, one of you two goes,
you're not supposed to know what's going on yet. That happens later.
So, anyway. So I put it down. I put it down for a little bit because of Fortnite and because of the other 2 games I've been playing. Now I'm getting back to it. I also downloaded or bought A Little to the Left. Jesse did not like this game. I do. I think it's great. It reminds me of Unboxing, which I also liked and I played earlier in the year, except this one has an annoying cat that I'm like, are we leading up into a moment where the person gets rid of the cat or kills the cat? Because then that would be rewarding in the game, because it keeps messing my stuff up. But I didn't have as much problem with the controls as Jesse did. So I'm enjoying it, although I'm only like I think 2 chapters in, maybe.
Yeah, the one I got stuck on is one where you have pictures that the frames are straight, but the image is skewed, and you have to tilt the frames to get the.
Oh, I did
images.
that one. I got that one.
Yeah, I can't get that to line up for some reason.
Yes, fiddle with it until Anyway, it helps that it makes sounds when you get it apart in the right place. So
Yeah,
there's some one that I'm on right now where you have to organize a row of books, and it's based off the spine, like the image on the spine, and I don't like that. But it's a fun game. It's kind of relaxing. But the other game that I've been playing this is kind of embarrassing. I finally started and finished 2018's God of War.
nice.
Hey, congratulations,
I
man.
thought you were going to say Doki Doki Literature Club.
No. My son has asked for Ragnarok for Christmas. And he recently told me, he's like, man, God of War is my favorite game. And I was like, well, I guess I'll play it then and see what the hubbub is all about. And so I finished it 2 nights ago. And
boy.
yeah, man, it was fantastic.
Yes.
I see what the hype is about. And now I want him to get Ragnarok for Christmas because that means I get to play it too.
Right.
I like originally I wasn't into it like when it first came out. I actually bought it when it first came out, like that November, because it went on some insane price drop that like for $10 or something at GameStop.
Right.
And so I got it then and I played about an hour or two of it, long enough to get like a little ways into the game. I think it's like where you meet Sindri for the first time. I got there and I was like, I just really don't like this. I don't like the combat. Like I wanted the old school God of War, like fast paced, chain blade type stuff. But the more I played it, the more I appreciated the combat and everything. And that's like one of those games.
The axe ends up feeling pretty good.
It does. It does. Yeah. And like y'all, this is one of those games that I can honestly say it's a complete package. Fantastic story, fantastic presentation, fantastic controls, graphics, combat, all of that. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. And it's probably now in my top 10 games of all time.
Nice.
So, I've always enjoyed the God of War games. Like I always bought them when they first came out. I never played the mobile ones, but I did play, or the Vita ones. I never had a Vita, so I didn't play
PSP.
that or PSP.
Yeah.
And I know there's a remaster like collection, or that you can get them on PS Now or whatever with PlayStation Premium Plus Premium or whatever. But I can't stream them, so I would love to go back and replay those old God of War games, but I will stick with
those.
Ragnarok.
The PSP and the Vita ones were the reasons why I got into the console versions and reason why I got back into PlayStation. I can say that because it was like I was just in handheld like the PSP and the Vitas, the PSP initially, because I was like, oh, you know what? I got the Nintendo handhelds. I'm gonna get the Sony one. I got the PSP, and then I played God of War. What was it? Chains of Olympus, maybe was that?
There was Ascension too.
Ascension, that was on the PlayStation. That was a console one. But anyways, that was the reason why I got a PlayStation 3 to play God of War 3. And then even though I didn't play God of War 1 and 2 yet, I actually played 3 and then went back and played the 1 and 2 later. So
I will say that one of the big gripes about this game that I had, and it fixes itself midway through, but the very beginning of it is kind of slow.
It is slow.
And it's the gaps, like you're like, just drop the shoe. Like just drop the like the shoe in the story. That's what I'm talking about. Like just drop something. Because for a while it's just like, you spend half the game and it's like, shut up, boy, or don't talk about that boy, or whatever. It's
right.
Like, oh my gosh, just say something about the backstory. Holy crap. But then like the payoff of it finally is so good. So yeah, like I get it. I get the hype for this now. And this is where it gets even more embarrassing, I guess, is now that has motivated me. I finally need to finish Horizon Zero Dawn. And I also need to finally play The Last of Us because I've never played that. So even though the remaster, like the PlayStation 4 remaster of Last of Us is like, it's in my account. Like I got it when my son got his PS4.
Right.
So it's there. I've just never played it. I guess I should. I've heard don't play 2, but anyway, I probably will eventually. It's just like games like that, like the big AAA blockbuster, like everybody's playing it and talking about it. I don't know, like in the last few years, they've just not grabbed me like they used to. Like I used to, I would be like, oh man, God of War. You know, I'd go get it, and within a week or two, it'd be done.
So here's my thing.
You're at where I've been for the last 10 years.
With Last of Us, I played I think they came out with a demo. I had it pre-ordered and everything, and they came out with a demo. Was it the PS3 when it first came out? And I tried it, and I hated it. I didn't like it. So I canceled my pre-order.
Okay, fair enough.
So I never went back to playing Last of Us.
Okay.
So I may give it another chance another time, because
like
I have it in my library now too. But
this and The Last of Us and God of War and Horizon are like games that like you're supposed to like these games.
You got a PlayStation, you got to play these.
You got to like them. It's like Resident Evil. They're all you got to like Resident Evil. I don't really like Resident Evil. Is that blasphemous?
You're not my real mom.
I have Horizon Zero Dawn as well, and I haven't played it yet.
Well,
I'm intrigued by it, but I haven't.
But for you, that's a Tuesday.
For me, that's normal. Yes.
Yeah. So
it's going to take me about 10 years to play through any of those. So,
well, it may, and it may take me a while to get there, but I will get there eventually. Yeah. Probably by the time the PlayStation 6 is around, I'll have.
You can play the remaster.
I have, I can play the remastered version. I can play Horizon Zero Dawn, the sequel. The sequel's out. That's the embarrassing thing is like the sequel's out,
right?
And the DLC's coming, and that's why I feel like I've got to finish it because I'm like, the DLC's coming, and I've got to buy that. And then I have to ask myself, why do I have to buy that? Why?
Right?
Because I haven't finished the first one. But anyway, I've got some time during Christmas break between semesters. I can maybe finish it now, or I'll probably just play Ragnarok and be done with it if Isaac gets it, Anyway, that's what we've been playing. Let's dive into our community spotlight. All right, Tim, take it away, man.
Here we go. So first, let's shout out to everybody who came into our chats during our live recording. So looks like we had Alistra, Commander Root, Jolly Old Grampus, Lurks, Mecha Dragon 101, Mikey Dreamer, and Infrendo, Solo Something, Third Strongest Mole, and Trucker Paul 27, as well as us hanging out in here. So thank you to everybody who stopped by here in Twitch. And then for those of you on YouTube, I'm trying to look real quick to see if I see any YouTubers who stopped by. I'm not seeing any chats from them. Hopefully our restream is working so we can see you guys chatting over there. Oh, wait, there it is. Ebicel was over there on YouTube. Thanks for stopping by, Ebicel. And who else? Anybody else in YouTube lands? So yeah, lots of people stopping by and 6 people hanging around in the chat. It looks like could be most of us here. But yes, thank you for hanging out with us while we did the show. As always, we appreciate your company. So real quick, just to let you guys know about the prizes for Extra Life. I am working on them. In fact, you can't see them, but they're all behind me, separated and ready to go. I have a list of bundles that we're giving away.
You're gonna check it twice.
I got Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it twice. I'm not gonna look for who's naughty or nice because everybody gets it regardless. And
Everyone is
then
nice for donating.
I got the donation list. Now I have to go through them and weed out the people I can't give prizes to, like the anonymous people, Facebook donors, cash ones. We can't do. So unless I have their names in there, I can then draw from. So again, be on the lookout for, I think I have their emails for those who do count. So be on the lookout for an email from me. It should be coming from tim@nintendodads.org for me to ask for a mailing address for your prize. And I'll let you know what your prize is if you won. So keep an eye on that. It's been very busy here at work for me. So unfortunately, I couldn't do it as quickly as I thought I could. So my apologies for that. But again, keep an eye out. In regards to Nintendo Dad's family of podcasts, we have all kinds of podcasts for your listening pleasure. So depending on what you're into, we probably have a podcast about it. And if we don't, come talk to us if you'd like to start one. So anyways, Game Pass news, again, is for our Xboxers. So it's kind of funny.
What?
So Xboxers.
Are you wearing your Xboxers?
Not today. Anyways, Nick and Sean go over the week's shenanigans, Xbox news, and Game Pass releases. That drops every Saturday. So be on the lookout for their latest one in the next couple days. Dad's After Dark show also drops their shows every other Monday night with an occasional episode in between. And that show is one you listen to after the kids are in bed and the wife is distracted because John and Drew, that's June. That's where I came up with that. John and Drew get together and talk about video games and dad stuff we can't talk about on our family-friendly show. So give a listen to that one. They talk about all kinds of gaming stuff. Drew tries to stay around Nintendo stuff where John is like, I don't just play Nintendo. I play Xbox and PlayStation too. So
It is Xboxers.
yes, and it's Xboxers. And then we have our Retro Logic shows, which they have their own family of shows where one, it's Retro Logic, where Dan, John, and Sam cover all your retro gaming and retro gaming collectible topics. Then there's On Topic Retro, in-depth overview and discussions from John about specific retro games with an occasional guest. In fact, Chris HL in our community has been on that show quite a few times. Retro Groove is Adam and Liam discussing music from all generations and types. And in fact, I think they have an episode dropping very soon, if it hasn't already dropped, that I got to be a guest on. So I'm pretty stoked about that. I got to check that off my bucket list. I got to be on a show with them where they talk about the Muppets Christmas Carol and the songs within that movie. So great topic, especially for the 30th anniversary of the Muppet Christmas Carol that came up. Also on that same topic, they have their Film Logic show, which I am also on with Mike and Eston. We talk about films and topics and the latest stuff that we've all been watching. And we talked about the Muppet Christmas Carol movie there too, as well as a poll that Mike put together for the community over in Retro Logic to vote on for the best Christmas movie. And the Muppet Christmas Carol won that poll. So go listen to the shows on those various topics. You can go to nintendodads.org to see
Not
all
Gremlins?
of them. Gremlins was on the list, but it didn't make all the way to the top.
I'm really disappointed that A Christmas Story didn't win that because that is the best Christmas movie.
That was
Sorry.
in there too, but it didn't win the votes. So quite a few things that didn't get enough votes to make it either. So in fact, in the first round, 8-Bit Christmas lost. So I forget what it lost to, but it lost because it went up against the heavy hitter. So but again, go to nintendodads.org to see all the NINDADS family of podcasts.
Was Die Hard on
feeds.
the list?
Yes, it was. Or go to
Okay.
your favorite podcast app and subscribe. You can also find them on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube and give them all a follow. And speaking of Twitter, Dad's After Dark show and Game Pass news, that's their favorite place to communicate a lot of their news at and their contests as well. So be sure to check out their Twitter page and listen to their shows for their latest contests, Monthly Mayhem for Dad's After Dark or Achievement Hunters for Game Pass news. So go take a listen to those and keep up with that stuff. So with that, we only got one question this week, and it was actually just recently dropped in the chat. So real quick, guys, I have mine ready to go, so it'll give you guys time to pull yours up. Let's talk about our Nintendo stats that Nintendo dropped for 2022. So it looks like Marty's got his ready. Real quick, mine that I have here is my top 3 games for 2022. Most played is Zelda Breath of the Wild, because this is the year I finished it, Splatoon 3, and Pokemon Legends Arceus. So those were my top 3 most played games. How about you guys?
I'm trying to find the link still.
Well, while Jesse's doing that, my top game for 2022, no surprise, Fortnite, 126 days, 102 hours, followed by a very distant second, Nintendo Switch Sports, 30 days and 33 hours, and Live Alive, 20 days and 30 hours. Those are my top 3 and the fourth one from there was Sparks of Hope. So I've put quite a bit of time into that game. Still haven't finished it.
That may end up, if they didn't cut it off so soon, that might have been more clipping up there towards the top there. Did you get yours, Jesse?
So trying to find it. I'm trying to find where I got the top 3 from again. Or what the
I think you posted it in our Nintendo Stuff channel. That link there. So Marty, while he's still looking there, what was your gaming trends?
Let's see here. Gaming trends. 31% action games, 19% strategy games, and 17% shooter games.
Nice. So just those 4?
Well, no, I mean, those are the top.
Those are the ones. Okay.
Those top 3.
Ones. All right.
Okay. Above 10%, also multiplayer was at 15%.
Okay.
So
I had action adventure at 30-20, and then role playing and simulation at 18% each. So
I sent you the link, Jesse.
Okay. Well, I'm looking at my page, but it doesn't show hours and days played. So
well, you have to go down, like you can sort it by month or by time.
Oh, okay.
Or just tell me your top 3 most played 2022 games.
All right, I see it. All right, so my top 3 were Pokemon Legends Arceus at 109 hours over 25 days. And then the next 2 is no surprise. Nonogram Minimal, 70 hours over 37 days. And Picross S8, 54 hours over 20 days.
Picross, what?
And then the next one is Picross S7, 50 hours over 11 days. So it's like 5 hours a day.
Yeah.
Then it's Logic Pick, and then it's Pokemon Scarlet. Which, this happened. The cutoff for this was somewhere while I was still playing it, because it only shows 37 hours, and I've put over 50 hours into it.
Absolutely none of those things surprise me.
Right.
Not at all.
For my gaming trends, I have 22% role playing, 22% puzzle, 19% strategy, 14% action, 13% multiplayer, and 10% board game.
Cool.
All right.
Well, we've been posting those in our Nintendo Stuff channel, and then actually a few of us posted ones where we blurred our pictures out. So if you can match those out on Twitter, which one of these where we say who dis when we said, percentages or something like that.
Who dis and who dat.
Who dis and who dat. So where we said, guess who the gaming trends are for this person. So we kind of gave those away here. But anyways, that's it for the community. That's it from here, Marty.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, as we close out the show tonight, we will remind you to get in your top 10 Nintendo games of 2022 lists to us either over on Discord or at nintendodads@gmail.com, or you can post it, DM us or reply to us on our social media. We would love to know those lists, and do know that number order counts. So As you post those, be sure to put your number one top game for 2022 in the number one spots, and we'll be announcing ours and the results sometime in January. We want to say a huge thanks to our Patreon producers as we close out the show. Dave Ernsberger, RJ Kern, Skinny Matt, and Jacqueline Amira. Thank you guys for backing us at the $30 level, and all of you guys over at patreon.com/Nintendo Dads. We want to thank you for your support of the show, whether you're in at $1 a month, a $5 a month, or $10 a month tier. We love you guys, and we're very appreciative. Also, so appreciative of our YouTube and Twitch subscribers, over 6,500 on YouTube, and very close to 1,400 followers on Twitch, just 7 away. And to our 18 Twitch Prime subscribers, we're also thankful for you guys too. You get access to the Discord community and activities. A reminder, you can save 20% on your Manscaped order and get free shipping with the code NINDADS. That's NINDADS. Be sure to head over to nintendodads.org for lots of all of our socials, our Extra Life wrap up and being ready for next year, and our merch page where you can get cool swag like the hoodie that Tim is wearing right now. If you're on our video, you can check that out. Celebrating our 400th episode and lots more. You can email us at nintendodads@gmail.com or call in and leave a voicemail. We'll play it on the show at 929-25-NDADS. That's 929-256-3237. Big thanks to OC Remix for the music used throughout the show. And a reminder, wherever you listen to us, in your podcast app of choice, go and leave us a 5-star review and some written words. It helps people find the show, and it pushes us up the rankings, which really, let's be honest, that's where we want to be. Get us up there. Anyway, for me, for Tim, for Jesse, this has been episode 406 of Nintendo Dads. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Check you later.
Thank you for listening to Nintendo Dads.
We sound like the goddamn Nintendo dads all of a sudden.
Nintendo Dads.